How to install PostgreSQL with Ansible in a RedHat-like system? I'm going to show you in a live demo and some simple Ansible code. I'm Luca Berton and welcome in today's episode of Ansible Pilot. In order to install PostgreSQL on a RedHat-like system, you need to perform 3 steps. The first step is to install the packages to perform server, client, and utilities. You are going to use the ansible.builtin.yam module. These include the distribution-related binaries, libraries, and documentation for your RedHat-like system. The second step is to initialize the PostgreSQL database. There is a command line utility that you could execute using the ansible.builtin.shell module. The effective command executed is PostgreSQL-setup space initdb. This code is executed only if needed. The conditional check is performed by the ansible.builtin.stat module. The first step is to start and enable the PostgreSQL service at boot using the ansible.builtin.service module. This enables you some external connection and to effectively interact with the database management system. Demo time. Let's jump in a real-life Ansible Playbook to install PostgreSQL in a RedHat-like system with Ansible. I'm going to show you how to install the PostgreSQL server, client, and utilities, and also the Python libraries to manage the database management system. Second step is to perform the initial PostgreSQL database initialization, only if data were not present. After these steps, you are able to start the service and enable at boot time. Are you ready? Let's have fun! Welcome to my editor. I'm going to show you one playbook to install PostgreSQL in RedHat-like system. First of all, let's begin our YAML document with 3 dash and one name for a play, PostgreSQL demo. That is going to be executed on hosts all of my Ansible inventory. Let me set also become to true because I need root privilege to execute all the following tasks. Let's begin the task list. The first is as a name to install packages. Yes, the PostgreSQL packages. We are going to execute Ansible built-in YAM module. And now let's start the package name. The first is PostgreSQL. These are the client utilities. Then PostgreSQL-server. This is the effective server binary. And we need also the Python binding. This is very useful for all the following lesson. So Python Psycode 3, Psycode 2 is the Python library to interact to Postgres with Python. This is extremely useful when you are going to use any Ansible module that interact with Postgres. These packages must be present, and now let's check together if PostgreSQL is successfully initialized. With initialization, we intend if the database file are already present on the server, so we can use Ansible built-in stat module to check it out the path of data in Red Hat system where under /var/lib PGSQL/data, and inside let's check a specific file like pg_hba.conf. Let's register the output into an Ansible variable, specifically Postgres_data. Okay, So what we need to do if this database wasn't initialized before? Well, we could execute the Ansible utility to populate with the data. So let's initialize together PostgreSQL only if needed, using ansible.builtin.shell module. Oh, let me also, no, I need to type the command inline. Okay, so command is PostgreSQL-setup, and you are probably familiar with initdb parameter. We need to execute this code only when Postgres_data path is not present. So let's check it out, the result of Postgres_data.stat.exist, and we need to add a negative evaluation. So let's start with a not. So this specific task is going to be executed only if the previous is not valid. So which means that if it's a first install of Postgres, you are going to initialize the database, otherwise you will skip it out. Okay, last step is to finally start and enable the service, so the connection could flow in your service. We are going to use Ansible built-in service module, and the service name is PostgreSQL. We need this service on the state started, so ready to accept any connection, and let's also enable, which means that it's going to be started on boot every time our system is going to be restarted, for example. And that's it. Few lines of code, we are able to install all the packages, check if Postgres was initialized. If not, we are going to perform the initialization and then start and enable the service. Yay! Everything with Ansible. Welcome to my terminal. First of all, let's connect to my demo machine and verify the status of the service and packages. I'm going to do via SSH using DevOps as username at demoexample.com. This is my demo machine. Once inside, let me switch to root user with sudo su and verify the status of the Postgres and Postgre-server packages. With DNF, let me list the status of PostgreSQL. This is going to take just few moments to verify the list of available package, and we are expecting to have a list of options. Yes, we have one under available package, which means that we could install PostgreSQL version 10.21 from the upstream repository. Let's double check together also PostgreSQL-server status. Let me highlight that this package is available, which means is not installed yet in our system. Just a few moments to verify the status of the Postgres-server package. Same status is an available package. As you can see, version is 10.21 from the RHEL 8 upstream RPMs. Let's double check together the status of a configuration file for Postgres under /var/lib/data/pg_hba.conf. This file doesn't exist, which means this machine is completely fresh. Let's also double check the status of the Postgres service. Yes, system control report no service for Postgres service. Now we are going to repeat this command at the end of this lesson to double check what is going to be changed in our in our system. Now let's execute together the Ansible Playbook code. With Ansible-Playbook command, let me specify my inventory file with -e, in my case under virtual machine demo inventory, and now the name of my Ansible Playbook under PostgreSQL install YML. The execution is going to take a while, depend by the speed of your machine as well as your network performance. Let me remind you that we need to download all the necessary package and performing the setup, initialization and enable the service on boot. Everything is going to be executed task by task by Ansible on the remote machine. Okay, so good news. Ansible started to process the Ansible Play PostgreSQL demo. It acquired successfully some facts, so system information from the target machine, and it started to install the packages, which means that it interacts with DNF or YAM command to effectively download and install the PostgreSQL server and utilities, everything that we define in our Ansible Playbook. This step is going to take a while because it's taking care also of the dependency, and the DNF module is going also to verify that the installation was successful. This is the longest step in our Ansible Playbook execution because as you could imagine, it requires some network download time, then the install time on our machine, and then the verification step. Once everything is done, we are going to receive a change status on our Ansible controller terminal. After this task, the Ansible Playbook execution is going to be pretty easy because you need only to create the configuration file because this machine is completely new, and start the service. So these are like a minor step that are performed pretty quickly. This is the real time of the execution of Ansible Playbook on my infrastructure. Yes, we have the change status on install packages, which means some operations were performed on the target node. The check of Postgres configuration file is pretty immediate and doesn't require any changes on the target machine. Let me remind you that Ansible saves the result in a variable that we are going to check it to enable the initialization of Postgres. As you can see, we can see one change status, which means some operations were performed on this step. And final step is to start and enable the service. So great, we had a 3 change status, 5 OK status, everything seems to sort it out. What happens if we execute again the same code, or if we execute the code on a node that already has Ansible, already has PostgreSQL executing correctly? Well, Ansible has a property called Idempotency, which means that it's going to check it out, the status of every single node before execute effectively the code. So on the install packages step, it only verifies that the packages are installed and return OK status if everything is already sorted out. And same things will happen on the following steps. So just a few moments because Ansible is interacting with the package manager, DNF or YAM in your RedHat system and got a OK status. As you can see, database was already initialized, so it's going to skip the initialization step, and the service is already started, so we got one OK status. You see how easy it is to configure a node with Ansible Playbook just a few minutes, type a comment and completely forgot about all the complication behind. Let me connect via SSH DevOps as username at demoexample.com again, and to demonstrate you that everything is configured as we want it. Let me switch again to root user. This is the administrator and required to have access to the system to verify the status of the packages. So DNF list PostgreSQL this time is going to report that the package is installed on the system. And let me highlight that PostgreSQL is installed package version 10.21 from the upstream repository. Same story will be for the PostgreSQL-server package. Oh, my machine is pretty slow. This is performance from the target machine. As you can see, it's going to take 1 second more than expected to return the prompt. But this is already a confirmation that the Ansible Playbook was successful, because we got installed status that confirm that everything is already set it up. We didn't type any command or complicated things, just waited the Ansible Playbook to execute. Let me also list the status of a configuration file. The configuration file is under /var/lib/pg/data/pg_hba.conf is the first line. As you can see, the file is present, as well as the server is successfully active, running and enabled on boot. So good job, Ansible. Now we have a node that is ready to receive connection on the PostgreSQL service. Yay! Now you know how to install PostgreSQL in a RedHat-like system. Thank you for watching, and I hope this lesson was useful for you. See us on the next adventure of Ansible Pilot, and let's automate more!
This video is part of our Ansible automation program. Sign up today on www.ansiblepilot.com for uninterrupted exclusive video and so much fun!